Welcome to the end of week review for this week. This week is week 37 and quarter 3. We have a wonderful week and it's so nice. It's Saturday afternoon and we do the end of week review. You couldn't ask for a better time to do week review right there. So we are week 37 and Q3. And this week we have a high impact news. It's a economic data release. It's the CPI data on Thursday, and Wednesday they release the PPI data. Normally they release the CPI on Wednesday. Let's see. So this is for this year. So right there, that is September 11th on Thursday. But the prior week right there, right, released on August 12th. Let's see where August 12th. Very tricky, huh? Which is a Tuesday, huh? Let's see. We look here in our daily chart. We mark the CPI. So the prior month is 11. That is the Monday. So we mark the Monday. And 12. Is that August 12th? Yeah, August 12th is the day they release on Tuesday. So it can't jump. Mainly is on midweek Wednesday, but it comes jump around Tuesday. Basically from Tuesday, either Tuesday, majority fall on Wednesday. The rest fall on Tuesday and or Thursday. So prior week is fall on Tuesday, but for the prior month, but for this month it fall on on Thursday for this month, right? Which is December. And you can see that the hue, the quality will adjust. And one thing we want to point out that the CPI set the tone for the rest of the month, right? First you have a PPI, not BI, but the non-farm payroll the first week of the month, and then the second week of the month you have the CPI data. Normally the CPI data have bigger move, more liquidity ingest, and you look at like last month when the CPI data releases the Monday, it set the range for the week, right? It break it out and look for the next couple of day after that is go back to that range. You see that? So we see a similar phenomenon right here. So that's the Monday, right? It set up, and then is the difference is that last time the CPI released on Tuesday, so it's humid on Tuesday, and then the next couple of days it kind of consolidate and then it reverse. But this time the CPI not really on Tuesday, but 2 days after that, which is on Thursday. But let's see how the liquidity gonna move. So but basically you see right here, we believe that you see we will nice this one touched level. So basically maybe it could go down this level. See right here, right? You see test from below break and then reverse. That's the type 2 reverse, so that we are trader right there. Yes, but we can track down here on this day, right? If you go down to the 15 minute, we can see that it will go back, revisit that level. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Alright, so here's the CPI data release right here. No, right here, 8:30. So there are a gap right there. See that? We believe that on Monday or on Tuesday it will come back to this level. All right, let's look the 15 minutes and the daily together. We have a rough idea what we anticipate for next week. So this week the CPI, you see the Monday is set the range right there, and then Tuesday it broke out of that range and it never touched this again. If it tests break and test from above, then we can see it's reversed, but it did not happen. And but if we look at this level, it's set up last Friday. We see the test from below, then it can break it. But also, like we say before, it test from below, break and reverse. That's type 2 right there. And the level we look is right here. You see that? That's the high right there. Yeah, let's mark this. Yeah, you see that? That's right there, exactly. And this one is set up by it's the PPI data on Wednesday. So PPI data on Wednesday right there. That's what we anticipate for next week right there. What the high of this one? The high is 65, 25. 25. Yeah, so watch for that level. We believe that it's gonna come back to that level right there, 65, 25. You see it break that with a gap right there, fell gap. It will come back. That's what we anticipate. But if we look further, we see there's some pattern around the CPI. Like we mark all the CPI, we check all the CPI, and we can see that whenever the range shifts, it broke the range, then it's gonna come back right there. So let's see. Next week it's gonna fall into this pattern. You see that it broke the range, it come back. It not come back for last week, but the following week it's gonna come back. But if it really consolidate, then the following week come back right away. Right? Let's see, this time different. Right here the same. It broke and then it come back, and then it's go up from there. The same for May, right? It broke, right? It break. It's not really huge, but this week it break very huge. Then it come back, boom. It keep going. This is a big, move on April. Huge move. It broke, and then the following week, maybe the after that, you say, the following week right here, and then the week after the following week, it come back, and then boom, you see the gap right there. It's going. This one is the same, but the opposite. Like it broke to the down, then it go to the top, and then it reverse. So it give a very good range to watch. Right, well, you see that tap from above, boom, it come down. See that broke that range, and you see that test from, below 1, 2, 3 break, and then it didn't test from above, then it reversed. Yeah, here the range is set on January. It did not go back until February, so it's like 3 weeks after that. 3 weeks after that, so it broke up very hard. It may be the same for this one, but if it break, then that's it one of the level that we see that it can come back. For this one, Yes, it go up first. So the point we try to make or to try home that CBI sets a key level for to trade around. So pay attention to that level, give it a lot of insight or the bias, for to trade. So that's the beautiful thing to discover right there. All right, let's go back to this week to see what we learned and how we improve ourselves. So here is the Monday. All right, is the Monday when we check. So okay, so in terms of the weekly, right, we check this at early morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time right there. So on our left side is the weekly and our right side is the monthly. So you can see on the monthly, you break that level, right? Test from above. You want it to be September, gonna be the reverse, right? Break the level. Let's see if that's the case. Because on the monthly, it's still not there, yes. But in the weekly, we saw that we saw on Monday, right? On Monday is the case that you see it break the level. It tests above twice, the prior week and the week before prior week. So this week it bearish, that it gonna break the level and it go down to this. So that's the Monday anticipate on the weekly level, right? Let's see the daily. Here's the daily we have. So here's we base on the level that which is the non-farm payroll last week on the non-farm payroll last week, which is the Monday range right there. It's huge move. So on Monday, right, we see that when we check this screenshot in early, we already see that it reversed, right? We thought that we're gonna be what? So it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It does. Oh yeah, because this on a Tuesday. It's not it's not Monday, because the week before that we don't have Monday because the holiday. So we need to keep in mind this is the first trading day of the week is Tuesday for last week. Yeah, let's see what setup we learned for Monday. We see that one of the thing happened on Monday is the fall breakout type 1 right here. Is that right? This one. Yeah, here's the fall breakout. You see that break? That's from below and reverse right here. So this is at the key level is the level right here based on this candle range right here. That's the key level for it. And we can see that this is 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15. So this 10:15, we have a fall breakout type 1 right that breaks like from below and reverse. And you see how it's lined up perfect here right here. It's all right, the sell side are ready and ready to reverse from here. Right, you can see that. Yes, so that is the type 1 reversal. That's which why I would say right there. Yeah, let's do the markup for this one. So here's how it play out. So you see that the key level right there, we see it's break at 9:30. You see it's the test from above, it break. Then you can see right here it's the mix right there between type 1 and type 2, but let's go with type 2 type 1 now. So it's break that level, is test from below, and then it's reverse right there. This is 10:15 right now. Let's do the right up right there. So this is our setup that we trade type 1 and type 2 for breakout. We also build type 3 and we will go into that, type 3 and type 4. So right here is a classes, maybe not classes, break. It's always nice that when it's do just only three move, touch from below, and then it's just reclaim or reverse. That's another word right there. We used to call reverse, but we come up or we learn a new word called reclaim. It's much better at 10:15. So 10:15 is very critical time because 30 minutes, the markets have 30 minutes to engineer liquidity enough for it to move. And this one is we call for breakout type 1 right there. And in this case, it's not sure will you call it reverse or a continuation for a larger trend right there. So we don't know. Let's put the time right there because it's hard to classify. This one is reversal or continuation, right? But you see the big move right here is a what? Yeah, big move right here is the first leg down. So maybe the whole thing right here is consolidation right there before it goes to the retracement right here. It turns to reversal, go up, or it's gonna be continued next leg down. We have break, we have test from below, and then we have reclaim. Note that the sell side liquidity were very nice, sweep right there. 2 times right there. Two times. See right there. 1, 2, boom, reverse. So that is we recognize that on Monday right there, and we didn't take any trade on Monday, by the way. Yes, that's the 4 breakout type 1. Let's save this one. But here's the pre-shot when we check is around. You see that 10:23. That means the candle start at 10:15 right there. Look like it's gonna come down, right? But that's exactly the moment it flipped, and you see that break touch from below and reverse. It take practice to see how it's forming, and we anticipate right there. There you have it. Break. So the key level right there, key level right here, we are mark key level. So it's break the key level and then it touch from below, and this one is gonna reverse. It flip them. Right? That's where you're gonna see it. That's where it trap lots of people short them, flip, it flip. Yep, that's where it comes from. So it break, and then it break at 9:30, right? And then it's test from below at 10. And then it flip right here. It looked like coming down, but that's where it trapped people right there. And recline. We put a question mark right here. Is that recline? At 10:50. Or that's right, because but at that moment 8 minutes into the 10:15, it looks still that it's gonna come down, but actually after that, maybe after 8 minutes, it starts flipping and it forming the type 1 reversal right here. So it's a 4 breakout type 1 at 10:50. That's the question mark. Let's save this one. All right, we nicely put them together as nicely right there. So that's the key level by this huge candle range right there. On last Friday, which is a non-farm payroll day, you see that's the candle for non-farm payroll day. Keep in mind, CPI, a non-farm payroll day, the 50-minute candle give us a very beautiful range trade. You see that? As soon as it broke above the high, it start reverse right there. We did took the trade on that, but we make a little bit mistake. We did do a week review on that week. We learned a huge lesson right there. So it broke down that level, and then when it start on Monday, it break the level again and test from below, and then let's see if you're gonna reverse. But at the moment of 10:23, it still look very clean that it may continue to go down, make a second leg down. You see that? First leg down, and then his retracement and next leg down. But if we know our pattern well, then we can anticipate the flip right there. And it did flip. You see that? It did flip right there from right there for breakdown. Type 1 right there. Breaks that from below and reverse. But if you look overall on Monday, it kind of ranging day right there. You see that? It's just around that level. But if we catch this move, it's very decent move. And here we have another setup right there. Let's see what the setup we learned there. Oh yeah, we have another setup that very nice. It's type 3 right there. We haven't introduced to you much about type 3, but type 3 is also very common. Not common, but it's very reliable. So it happened at what time? It happened on Monday, right? It's right here. So here's our Monday, right here. The Monday is where's our Monday? 9, 8. We got lost right here. Is this Monday. Yeah, the Monday right here. Okay, so right here is that where the move we see that right break. That's the candle we mark right there. The logo of the CBI, right? Here we give 5 day. That's really you don't see, but we do 15 day, and then you can see that right there, the logo that the non-farm payroll, and on the Monday, you see right here, we jump here on the Monday. You see that it break. You see that the 9:30, and then 45 break, and the 10 start from below, and then boom. Right, it looked very much like gonna come down, but actually flip at 10:15, and then boom. It's a nice move right here. We catch this move. Let's say we put our buy stop right here at the 9:30 level, and boom, we have like you see that 3R move right there. 3R at 15 point, but we have at 17 point. And how much we reach? We right there, and maybe we reach right here. Right, that's the London low right there. Oh yeah, we reach 5 point right there. Yes, exactly, 5 point. Beautiful. 3 to 1 reachable ratio. So that's the money. But we also see the setup right here. Right here, what you see? Yeah, pretty much right there. You see that test from below, break and reverse right there. You couldn't ask for a better setup right here at 11:30 on Monday. Yeah, let's do the write up for this. She's right there. So beautiful. What's this one? And also right here where I see setup. Let's go with this one. We see everywhere, every day. That's amazing right there. See that? That is the magic right there. Very simple. Don't keep things complicated. So what's the high of this one? 65.60. 65.60. All right. 65.60. See that? Test from low break, and the break gives you test from above. That's been a huge signal to you short right there, and it reversed at the time 11:30. Can you read that? So you guess this move right here is a 4 breakout type 1, and then right here you have 4 breakout type 2. So you have 2 of them right now. Catch it move. So this one is let's put the time right here. So we have a reference related time. So it's 11:30. That's where the reversal or the reclaim happened. Where our text? Okay. 11:30. The reclaim or the where our what happened? Very interesting. Let's see. Okay, we found it right there. Finally, so for some reason we tried 3 times. Yes, that's the setup that we celebrate right there. So at 10:15 you have a type 1 right here, right, the key level set by last Friday, the non-farm payroll, right, breaks, that's from the reverse, that's type 1 right there, or reclaim, and then now you have a type 2 right here at 11:30, that's from below, break and reverse, that's a type 2. Couldn't ask for better setup, and it's so wonderful, right? You see every day. So Okay, so this one is the reverse, and this one is okay. No, this is break, this is reclaim, reverse. And then this one is the test from below. Let's do the write up for this one. This one is test from below, right? Below the key level in this case. Test from below, break it, and look at the way it break. It gives you a huge signal that it's gonna come down, because all the wick is the gap that's gonna come down. That's mean a lot of liquidity right there. In this case, it's the sell liquidity, so it can go down. Just from no, this one is break. Right. Normally, you want a break is solid candle like this. In this case, it can be a derivative, right, or a variation right there. And then number 3, you have reclaim right away, very huge. Reverse or reclaim. Okay, so that's what we have. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Boom, you have it. In this case, we classify this one is type 2 right there, and the reverse as 11:30. It is reverse, but this move is huge. It go all the way to the 10:30. You see that the 10:30 also set a 9 level right there. 10:15 where it reversed from here, and then it's go back reverse. So you have break. No, you have a test. In this case, we have test from below, and then you break it, and then you reclaim. That's the type 2. That is the type 2. See that? This is the type 2. Let's save that one. Alright, so we just save it. So on the range day, like a Monday, actually you can trade both ends right there. Right, this one is you trade long and long, right? And as soon as you exit this position, another setup for you to go short, so you can trade. So it's not a day that you let your window run. On the range day, like on Monday, especially on Monday, then you can trade both ends at the range. Is that right? Yes. So that's it, the type 2 right here. Okay, so we have the type 1 right here. Keep in mind, right here, 10:15 right there. Right, 10:15, boom, and then at 11:30, you have a type 2 reversal, which is we drew down to there, type 2. That's right, that's a type 2. Yeah, so the type 2 right here, type 2 reversal. That's from below, break and reverse. Huge move, wow. Alright, this move is so much bigger than this move. You see how much we reach? Wow, if we put right here, there's no reason to come back to the level, right? We already test, already break. If we come back to level, then it reverse. And look at how much, and we to aim for the low of this candle at 10:15, where the reversal come from. Then it come back there. So give you 4 hours right there, and right here you less than half an hour, which is 5 point. That's an incredible risk reward ratio right there. Okay, so far on Monday we have two beautiful setup. Type 1 right here, type 2 right here, and Hola on the PM we have a beautiful setup right here also, which is a type 3 right here, but actually you can see the overlap type 1, type 2, and the type 3 right here. So it's very reliable. Let's mark this one. The low is 64.95, 75. 64.95, 75. That's right. 75. That's the low. And you see right here what you see. You see break, that's from below and reverse. That's type 1 right there. But another thing is come down here is that, let's copy right here. So this guy is 3:30, basically 15:30. That's mean 3 o'clock right there. If you go by 12, this one they go by 24-hour format, so they call 15. When you see this overlap, then you know that you have a very high quality setup. Alright, so if you look at this candle, this 3 candle, you see that it's type 1. Breaks, that's from below, and reverse, that's type 1. But you look further to the left, you see that, wow, that level already break and reclaim. So if you can see that it break and reverse or reclaim, break and and reclaim twice of that. That's the signature of, people call double bottom right there. People call double bottom, that's the general term in this case, but if you drill down to how that formation, how the double bottom happen, it break, it reclaim, it break and reclaim twice, then you know you have a double bottom, which is a very reliable setup, and we call this type 3 right there. So here's the playbook that we try to build for our trade setup. So you have type 1, type 2, which is we cover almost 90%. But now we add 2 more in here, which is type 3, which is double bottom or double top. So that's the idea. It overlaps with either type 1 and type 2, but in this case we have type 2. Type 1, so it's very reliable when you overlap right there. So the double bottom made on top is the most reliable one because it overlap is have confluence right there. And another term that model that we're gonna build up in our playbook or strategies is called type 4, which is candle after expansion, and then you have a double break, which is this setup. You only trade when they have a high impact news, which is we saw this week and the week before that, because this week we have what? We have a CPI data, PPI data for that matter also, and the week before that we had non-farm payroll. And when you see that, you apply this on, you pretty much have candy in the back right there, candy in the back. So let's drill down into type 3 a little bit, which is what we want to see right here today. Not today, but Monday, right? That is the type 1 right here, but also a double bottom. Yeah, it's a double bottom. That's the key level. Okay, so let's do the anatomy on this. So the double bottom happened right here. When you have break and reverse, that is quite interesting. Let's say in this you don't have touch from below, you have reverse right away, that's still very reliable. But right here they give you the bonus, it's more reliable if it tests from below first and then boom, surely it'll reverse. So let's do the right up we want to do what? We want to do something interesting right here. We want to see they don't have a straight line. We want to curve it right here. It's bottom one, double bottom. So let's do this. Bottom one, right? You have bottom one called double bottom right there. And the double bottom, the second bottom is what? Is a 4 breakout type 1 right there. We want to do the right up, but at the same time we don't want to do too much in here. It's very crowded and we lost sense of simplicity. Our goal is keep things simplicity. So in this case, bottom one, right? Is the bottom one. So that double bottom right there. Bottom one right here, it breaks the key level, and then you have a bottom two, which is in this case is 4 breakout type 1, which is the most reliable one. I mean, you have type 2 and type 1, but type 2 is more reliable, and type 1 overlap with the double bottom right here, then you're good to go. I mean, it's beautiful. It takes a lot of time for it to form this. You don't see it often, but when you see it, it's rock and solid right there. So we call this is for breakout type 3, which is a double bottom. Double, that means you have 2 bottom, right? Double means 2 of them. Yes, bottom. So you want break and reverse right there. So you want 2 bottom, right? Break and reverse. Bottom one. Okay. Break and reclaim. Do you want that to done? And then reclaim right away. Okay. And then you have bottom two. So beautiful. Bottom two, you want it break, and then it reclaim right away. That's the double bottom. But in this case, we have another bonus, which is test from below because it's reclaimed. So that's, in this case, the bonus is the type 1 right there, the overlap of the type 1. That means we have a confluence right here. That means the setup is very reliable. Let's save this one. Alright, we just save that and we call type 3 right there, double bottom or double top at 4:30. At 15:30. That's how it. So just for Monday we have 3 beautiful setup. 2 of them is type 1 and type 2 we're talking about 95%, but also we add a new concept with type 3, which is double the very textbooks traditional. When you first go in trading, you say, oh, we will say double top or bottom, but now you drill down, you see where that come from, right? How that pattern is manifest itself in terms of the candle. This is how it happened. You do the anatomy on that, you see how precisely it happened. Beautiful. So basically we have 3 setups just for Monday. We just want to show you a couple of assemble related type 3, so we can solidify our knowledge right there. So early on we know that there are double bottom in this case. Let's say you pick this level, right, or the key level is green like that. But the same idea, break and reclaim, break, reclaim, so twice right That's double bottom, right? Bottom one and bottom two. But in this case, you don't have to overlap with type 1 or type 2. So that's another variation right there of double bottom. Let's see another one. Yeah, right here also, the same idea. You have the double break and reclaim, break and reclaim. That's the double bottom right there. Especially it's in the key level right there. So that's roughly idea how you play out, how you see it play out in double bottom. That's another example right there. Here's another example, a break reverse. But here's is a it's more than double bottom. Actually, it's triple bottom. We call it. It's so reliable, but you have to patient. Otherwise, you get lost. You don't know where to go. And it's just back and forth, back and forth. So just keep in mind, this one is crazy. It's triple time right there. Here's another one. It's so beautiful. This one happened on this year, March 20 right there. You see that? That's the nature of the game. You see that level, right? Yeah, that's the double bottom right there. You can see the level, right? It is break and reclaim. It break and it reclaim right away. So that's the level right there. This level, yes. In this case, the first bottom is the type 1 right there. And the second bottom is the type 2. You see that? It tests, break, and reverse. Very interesting right there. So that is the type 3 reversal that we want to make introduction. Want to make it mainstream. Okay, I think that's good for Monday. Now let's move on to Tuesday. We'll see what we learn on Tuesday. Alright, now we go to the Tuesday, which is September 9. So we see the Monday right there, and you see that is the last Tuesday, which is a non-farm payroll, the first trading day of the non-farm payroll. It's set a range right there. So you see that it break, reclaim, it break. Let's see, this one it really reclaim. If you really reclaim, then you say that it's double top, then it's gonna come down real hard. That loss we do right here. So that's the question we rate when we start on Tuesday. We look carefully at this level, around this level Monday, this Monday, but it's very close to the level also. So there's a key level right there. There are lots of sell side if it come down right there. So that's what we anticipate on Tuesday. And let's see what happened on Tuesday. So yeah, here's the end of the day. We see on Tuesday it did come down on Monday. You see that? Wow, it did go to that level. Yeah, it looks scary, right? But it flipped. Yeah, the people going and really, the buyer in this case, really going and step up. So here's the end of the day. You see that? You anticipate that level. You see right there. Wow, it did go, but you know what? The buyer stepping. Yeah, you want it to be. If it go down, usually because we don't record the dailies. But if in the daily, you can see that that is almost play out a double top in this case, because you have break, reclaim, break, and look like gonna reclaim, but it flip on the daily right there. If it flip at what time? It flip right here. So 9:30, 45, 10, 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45 flip. You see that? It did test the level. Actually, it flipped at this guy. It guy's supposed to be close below it. Boom. It just go above, and then this guy flip at 10:45 right there. Wow. So let's Let's see on the 15 minutes. Do we still have in the chart right there? Yes, a big level. You see that? Right there. 10:30. It start, test from above the level, and the 10:45 also look like it gonna break the level. Let's see if we have the tips on Tuesday. And if we look carefully, we can see that the flip right here, it formed a very solid pattern that we just talked about, type 3 right there. So it's break, and you see that reclaim, break, and reclaim right there. That is the double bottom right there. But in this case, it's a little bit hard to trade. If you go in, let's say you go in right there, you have to put your, let's say you go in right here, you have to put your stop loss maybe right here, it's more than 1 hour. So look at this guy. This one is like an outlier. It's supposed to be continued to rally, but it go down a little bit more right there. It dig a little bit deep. So if you move your stop loss, you get easy to get stop out. But this setup is so reliable. So you need to give yourself more room right there. That is the point we try to make. So in this case, it's a double bottom. So we just see on Monday, and now it's in Tuesday. It's overlap, right? Right here you see what the setup right here. Breaks, test from below, and reverse. That is type 1. It's exactly like on Monday. So you have 2 bottom right here. First bottom, second bottom. Almost identical with the one on Monday. Alright, let's do a write-up for this and see how far we can go. Give it a better screenshot again. Yeah, better. But I think we need to put a little bit time right here, time reference. So we know that it's at 12 noon. Right, just right there. And you can see the one really break hard. We thought gonna break the key level on high time frame that we are mentioned earlier. This one is 10:30 right there. 10:30, 10 is the key level in terms of trading. 10:30. That's where it flipped. In this case, the bottom right there, exactly bottom. 10:30. So let's take screenshot again. It's amazing that when we do anatomy, we can see how the price action or the algo run and deliver the price right there. So in this case, you have the first bottom right here. Right? This is the key level. Right? It is near the key level on the high. This is the candle after expansion right there. You mark that, and it's confluent with the key level right there, which is it does. Yes. Where we are at right there. Okay, so the key level right here is 8:30, which is the non-farm payroll. Right, it happened right here on Monday, and then without no, right here. Go back a little bit. So our Tuesday, right here. where is our, okay, so that right, the key level at the camera is expand right here is the right here is the key level 830 on the non-farm payroll right there last Friday. So that's, we already trade that level. It come back again at that level on Tuesday. You see that? It's so remarkable. Those level was and trade level give up a lot of clue right there. Let's say let it go. Maybe at noon. So at noon, and it's a non-farm payroll. On the right, so we can see that. Yes, so right there, that's the level. Let's say 12:15. And on the right, and no, we want to show it only. That's the non-farm payroll. No, we don't want arrow extension. So label, yeah, but we don't want not label. We want this label, the name right there. So this is okay, but we see the clue right there, right? Right there is the non-farm payroll. Is a non-farm payroll. Yeah, let's put something right here. It's a non-farm payroll level. Prior. Yes, give us the count. Beautiful reference point right there. That's the high time frame. Now your key level, and also right here we mark the candle after expansion. That's the key range right there. All right, so that's good for it. Let's take this screenshot and do some write up on here. So we continue to build up our playbook right there. So right here you have a first bottom with a key level right there, and then you have a second bottom, and like previous on Monday, the second bottom is the fourth breakout. So right here we have fourth breakout type 3, and that's we call double bottom pattern. Is that right? That's right. In this case, it happened at 12 noon. So you have bottom one, okay, double. That means you have two of them. Bottom one, and then you have bottom two. So how is bottom two? In this case, the bottom two is a fourth breakout type 1. We see this movie before, right? We see that movie before, which is on Monday. The confluence and overlap that give it a very reliable right there. But the 12-15 little bit test us, patient right there. It's not gonna move right away. It come back and then it flip again. So this one is bottom one, right? You have bottom, two bottom, and you don't need. Sometimes it's better you have the second bottom sweep the sell side, but it's not necessary, right? It will be more, higher quality if it rate the low of this one. bottom 2 in this case. In this case, the bottom 2 is confluent with the 4 breakout type 1 right here, which is break, take from below and reverse. That's right. Alright, let's save this one. Alright, we just save it, so it's happened. So beautiful, double bottom, very reliable. Let's put one by one with the one we have on Monday, just the day before. So this week we have 2 instances where the double bottom is happened and they are just identical. You see that? The time a little bit different. One happened at 11:30. This one, no, not 11:30. It's 3:30, and this one happened at 12 at noon. You see the second bottom. It also did not break. When we start trading, we're very afraid to take this trade because we say, oh, why don't go and take the sell side degree before it rally? But in this case, it did not happen because there's no liquidity right there, even though you see a lot of wick right there. But look at this, it's very reliable here. There's no way it's double break, double climb area, break and reclaim. Bottom one right here, right, break and this one is not, reverse right here, it's reverse right here, and it break. But this reverse right away. This will take 1, 2, 3 candle in order to reclaim. All right, break, reclaim, and break, reclaim. Right there. It's not completely 100% identical, but it's very familiar, very similar right there. So the whole idea is the double bottom, 2 bottom. In this case, the second bottom is the type 1, exactly second bottom type 1. So beautiful form. Anyway, we're out of time, then we have to wrap up here. Thank you for your time and interest. We are always grateful for this opportunity. We do what we love and success is coming our way. Day by day, little by little, in every way, we're getting better and better, better and better. Have a great weekend and talk to you later. Bye for now.